Hey, this is SJ. I've been seeing a lot of, well, black men have consistently talked about black women on social media, have been consistently bashing black women on social media. Good gracious, you would think this was New York City. It's like the last time I did a video, I had an ambulance. What's going on with all these ambulances going on? Anywho, what was I saying? Black men have been consistently bashing black women on social media. I know I've been on YouTube for about 12 years now, I think, and that's all I've seen is black men consistently bashing black women, and saying that their main thing. And I was on somebody's channel, and Alton Daniels, saying the main thing. Notice that black men are always saying that we the common narrative is that they're always saying is that black women don't make good mates, that we don't make good mates, which is not true, and that white women and women of other races make better mates because they're more submissive. But statistically, that doesn't prove to be true, because statistically, the divorce rate is highest with black men and black men and white women, and statistically, uh, they leave white women to be single mothers at a higher rate than black women. It's actually a 92% rate. They're leaving them to be single mothers. But this is the narrative. They keep saying over and over that white women make better mates than black women. They keep saying that. But statistics speaks otherwise. While on the flip side, white women or white men and black women statistically have higher success rates in marriage. Black women and white men have lower divorce rates statistically. But we're supposed to be such horrible mates. We're supposed to be such terrible mates. But statistics is saying something totally and completely different. But they consistently keep saying that we don't make good mates. And let me tell you what the problem is. First of all, that's not true. Black men are still marrying black women. Okay? Black love is not dead. Can I say that? Black love is not dead. Black love is not unalived. Black love is still very much alive. And black men are still marrying black women. Okay? They like to throw in our face that y'all divorce rates or y'all marriage rates are so low because of y'all attitude. Y'all got bad attitudes and y'all make bad mates. But that is not why. Said it in another video. That is not why our marriage rates are low. That is not why. See, our pool of available black men is real small. Our pool of available marriageable black men is very, very, very small to pick from. When you got statistically, there's a certain amount of percentage of black men that's marrying, dating out. You got a certain percentage of black men that are incarcerated. Certain percentage of black men that are unmarriageable. They're players. Got baby mamas all over the place. They're unmarriageable. But see, they don't see what the manosphere doesn't like to say. The manosphere doesn't like to talk about that. The red pill, the manosphere. See, they never discuss that. They never, and statistically, and I don't know if they have stats on this. Because we don't have exact numbers on how many black men are on the down low. It's hard for them to get actual statistical numbers on that, because, well, a lot of black men are in denial, you know. They're in denial. So it's hard to get. You would have to take a survey. You would have to take a survey and ask black men are they're down on the down low, and some of them are not going to be telling the truth. So it's hard to get statistical numbers on that. But I'm sure that there's a large percentage of black men that are on the down low. Okay, large percentage of black men that are gay, huge percentage of black men that are gay, and black women statistically outnumber black men. So our available marriageable pool of black men is going to be real small. To choose from is going to be really, really small. And that is the reason why black women are not married. It has nothing to do with our attitude and all that stuff. But that's the narrative. That's the narrative. That's what they keep putting out there. But it's not true. It's too many other factors that go into play as to why our marriage rates are low. Okay? I just stated them. But there's plenty of good black women out here. There's plenty of good black women that will make amazing wives and amazing rates. But the problem is that black men's standards are through the roof when it comes to us. When it comes to black women, their standards are through the roof, and they're extremely high. Because some of them, I ain't saying all, but some black men are colorists. They're picky about the color. You know, if you're too dark, they don't want you. If you're a black woman and you're too dark, they don't want you. According to them, in their mind. If you're dark, they don't want you. They want a lighter skinned black woman, or going to white. There's a lot of black men that are colors, and they picky when it comes to a woman's skin complexion. And there's plenty of beautiful dark queens out there that would make amazing wives. There's plenty of dark skinned black women that would make amazing wives. But black men, you got a lot of black men that are colorist. They overlook them because they're dark. See, this is what the manosphere is not talking about. See, they don't talk about that stuff. They never have those conversations. They're picky. They're picky when it comes to skin color, when it comes to black women. If you're not a particular skin color, they don't want you. They don't want you. Colorism is a real serious problem in the black community. Okay, especially when it comes to black men in reference to black women, because a lot of black women love dark-skinned black men. My preference is a dark-skinned black man, which I think all black men are beautiful. You know, I think they're all beautiful of all shades, but the darker ones, I think I'm just looking at, I'm here at the gym, and I was just looking at the dark man brother on the way out the door. I sure was. Oh, I be looking. I said, yeah, ooh, nice. Okay. I mean, I look at all the races. I look at the white ones too. But my preference is dark. My preference, if I'm going to tell you what my preference is dark-skinned black men. Okay? That's my preference. But all black men are beautiful. But the dark ones, yeah. So a lot of black women like the darker black man. So it's not, colorism is mainly amongst the black men. They're really colorist when it comes to us. It's some black men would probably think I'm too dark, and I'm brown complected. I'm brown skinned. But some black men would probably look at me and be like, she's too dark. Because I'm not light-skinned at that. I'm not light-skinned at that. I'm not high yellow, okay? See, that's the conversation that the manosphere never has. That's one of the reasons. Because there's a lots of amazing dark-skinned black women out here, but they're getting overlooked. That's why the white men, now on the flip side, the white men love the dark-skinned black women. The white men, I see a lot of white men with dark-skinned black women. They love darker black women. On the flip side, isn't that something? They have a more of appreciation of darker black women. Not saying that they like the black women of all shades, but they like them dark ones. But black men, there's a large percentage of black men that do not, if you a dark-skinned black woman, they don't want you. And their standards are through the roof. And it's texturism is another issue in the black community. If your hair is not a certain texture, they always talk about us wearing weaves and stuff, but then when we do wear our hair natural, they don't look at us. And I've read in comment sections and blogs where black women have said, when I wear my dreads or when I wear my hair natural, I don't get as much attention as when I put on a wig. I'm not the only one that's saying that, because I've read in blogs and videos where other black women have said the same thing. When I throw my wig on, I get more attention than I do when I wear my natural hair. Well, I got gray hair, so it's kind of a dead. I look younger with the wig on. When I put the wig on, I look younger. You know, that takes like 20 years off of me because I ain't got no wrinkles. So when I take the wig off, my gray hair is a dead giveaway. It screams older woman. When I put the wig on, it's giving youth. And that's what men are attracted to. They're attracted to youth. They instantly, you know, it's giving youth. The length and the style is giving youth. But when I take the wig off and I show my gray hair, it screams older woman. And we all know that more men are more attracted to younger women. Okay? So, but when I take that wig off, I don't hardly get no looks and stuff like that. That's really, really something. And I'm not the only black woman that says that. Lots of black women say that. They get more attention with their weaves and wigs. But black men is constantly saying that they don't like weaves and wigs. It's interesting how they're saying that they don't like us wearing, but they mighty funny they be looking. They break their neck looking at you when you wear the weave. See, they contradict themselves all the time. But they're picky, but I think they like us natural, but they want our hair a certain texture. Like when when I had more hair, I used to wear my little afros, you know, when I had more hair on my head. I used to wear my little afros, and the men wasn't hardly looking at me then. They wasn't hardly looking at me then. So they want your hair, they want your hair natural, but they really don't want it natural. They want it a certain texture. Like if you got a nice length, you're a black woman and you got a nice length of hair, and you press your hair out, or you flat iron your hair, or you press it out, or you put a perm in it and make it straight. It's your natural hair, but you straighten it. They'll like that. They'll look at you like that. Oh, they'll love that. And you style it. They'll love that. They'll love that. But they don't, your hair has to be a certain texture for them in order for them to like it natural, your natural actual hair. But technically, if it's straight, it's not technically natural. But that's what they like. That's what they like. Unless they're an extremely woke black man, that's what they like. Your hair has to be a certain texture in order for them to see. Black men are real picky when it comes to us. They're real picky when it comes to us. They're picky when it comes to our weight. They like us a little thick, but they want a slim thick. You ever heard of the term slim thick? They want a slim thick. They want us thick in the right places. They want a nice booty. No, they want you thick in the right places. You know, they don't want you too heavy. They want you thick, but they want you thick in the right places. Slim thick. But then they'll go get a white woman. She weighs 300 pounds. Why is that? But see, they picky when it come to us. They like us thick, but they want us a slim thick size. So they picky when it comes to our weight. Okay? So it's certain things. They're real picky. You know? And that's the problem. Their standards are through the roof when it comes to us. They're overlooking. I tell them every time when they be sitting up there talking about y'all, and I said, no, you're overlooking it's because you're overlooking them. You're overlooking the good black women. And a black woman that would be considered average at best, as Kevin Samuels would say, an adjustable 5, as he would say. That's the black woman that probably would make an amazing wife. She would probably make an amazing wife. She, according to your standards, y'all standards, she would be average physically, but I bet you that sister would make an amazing wife. There's so many black women that y'all would probably consider average, would probably make them amazing wives. But the problem is that black men's standards, then y'all need to lower, we need to lower our standards. Y'all need to lower y'all standards when it come to us. But then when they get a white woman, the standards are all the way to the ground. They have no standards when it comes to white women. She big as a house. She either too big or she too skinny and homely looking. And then when you see her, I'm just keeping it real. When you see a black woman with a pretty white woman, he got some money. That's because he got some money. That's because he has some money. That's the only time the attractive ones is going to go for them. Yeah, that's the only time you see it. In most cases, now there's exceptions, but I've seen some exceptions. But in most cases, when you see a black man with a white woman, she big as a house. Or either she's extremely skinny and homely looking. But they ain't gonna get no black woman like that. But I don't know. Brothers better watch out, because I think white men is reclaiming they thick white women. I've been seeing here lately, I've been seeing a lot of white men with thick white women. I said white men is reclaiming they thick white women. They said we gonna take our thickies back. We gonna take our thick women back. I've been seeing a lot of white men with thick white women. And it might have been they were small when they hooked up with them and then they gained weight over time. But yeah, white men saying, no, we taking our thick white women back. We taking them back. And we gonna take the sisters too. But that's what it is. Black men are too picky when it comes to black women. That's what it is. It's lots of black women that would make amazing wives. But black men are overlooking them because they're colorist and they're texturist. She got to look like she stepped off the cover of Essence magazine in order for you to give her any attention. And y'all, a lot of y'all know I'm telling the truth. Your standards are too high. And then you say it's because of our attitudes. All black women don't have bad attitudes. A lot of black women are very spiritual. Y'all use that as an excuse. No, it's because your standards are too high. And a lot of y'all is gay. I'm not bashing black men. I'm just speaking the facts. A lot of black men is gay, and a lot of black men is on the down low, and a lot of y'all are just not marriageable. And that nails are available in the black women. Most black women still prefer a black man, so that's why the marital rates are low. If black women started expanding their options to other races of men, I bet you those marital rates would go up. If black women would start expanding their options to other races of men, I bet you those marriage rates would go up. Because other races of men desire black women. Don't get it twisted. White men are hooking up with black women more and more, and I'm seeing other races, and them Koreans like us too. Them Koreans like us too. I'm seeing more and more other races of men is checking for black women, but a lot of black women prefer a black man. But if more black women expanded their options to other races, them marriage rates, I guarantee you, them marriage rates will go up. So that's a narrative that black men keep putting out there. That's not true. Lots of black women would make amazing mates. But y'all, standards are too high and you're too picky. You're overlooking the good ones. And then then when you pick a black woman, a beautiful black woman, she's got a horrible personality. It's hard to find the total. Now, I was the total package. I was cute, and I was cute. I was beautiful on the inside. I'm still beautiful on the inside and out. I'm still beautiful on the inside and out. I'm the total package. But back in the day, I was really the total package. I was really the total package back then. I had my ex tell me he thought I was too good to be true because I was the total package. I was beautiful inside and out. Mm-hmm. And that's rare to find. It's rare to find a woman that's the total package. Um, you pick a black woman that's I've seen it happen. I've seen black men take black women that are extremely beautiful physically, but on the inside they something else, and then they're winding up getting a divorce. You can't just pick a woman solely on looks. All right, hit me up in that comment section. I'm not bashing. Don't accuse me of bashing. Don't come for me. I'm just speaking the facts. But hit me up in that comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Hit that like button and shares. And I'll see you guys in the next video.